Welcome back to another figure review. In this review, we're going to take a look at Hasbro's Vintage Collection Shadow Trooper. Now, I do not have the package for these because I opened all these up before I decided to start doing video reviews. But these are actually still pre-order sold out on a lot of places online, so I thought that I would do a video so you guys can at least see them outside the package. All I have left of the package is these name tags that I cut out from the card. Sometimes I use them when I put them in my baggies or my cases. For whatever reason, it's just a habit, I guess. But that's the only part I have left of the package, as you can see. Now, the figures come with two weapons. They come with this assault rifle. It's a very long rifle. Just done in all black. It's like a gloss black. And they're that long. And they come with a blaster. Just done in all black, no paint. It's just like a gloss black plastic. Here's your Shadow Trooper. He's mainly all done in all like a gloss black. You see some of the light reflecting off his pauldron here. And he has some silver accents throughout. His eyes are silver. There's some silver here on the side of his helmet. Silver on his, I guess we'll call it the nose piece. If you can see that. Some silver here on. Some silver down on his stomach. That's pretty much it on the front. The back, there's no silver at all. Just all black figure. For being just an all black figure, it makes a very nice presence, even though it's not much paint. Well, the head is on a ball joint. It will turn 360. The pauldron is removable if you take off the head. If you decide you don't want that on. He has ball jointed shoulders. They will go 360 all the way around if you desire. They go out that much. The armor kind of gets in the way of raising the arm any further. And as you probably already noticed, that you're not going to get that arm up too far because of the pauldron. They have bendable elbows. Will get you pretty close to 90. But not there. He has this articulation here to call it the stomach ab crunch. He has a swivel legs, which you would turn sideways to have to see the joint, and then if you can have him sit, which are very tight. These are brand new. I've had these for a while, just been on display, haven't used them or anything. That's why they're still tight. Take a second to look at that joint placement here. There is a thigh swivel. I'm trying to get this to line up so I can show you how he sits. So I just don't want to break the figure. There we go. Again, here's those little tabs, just like the Stormtrooper, that kind of get in the way if you want to have your, see how they get smashed down in there like that. Gotta pull those out so they don't get bent or broken off over time. Then you just gotta swivel the legs. He will sit that much because of the belt pieces here and here. So that's your sitting position. So to do this, we get this pushers back down. And then spin your thighs around. To have bendable knees. Be very careful bending your knees on these things. It kind of scares me a little bit. Don't want to break them because they're hard to come by. So that's your bendable knees, 90 degrees. They're kind of like a soft ratchet. You can hear it clicking every just a little bit. When you move it, you can feel it. Now the feet do pivot down, not very much though. And they will go 360 if you desire. I'm not sure why you want that, but they do. And also, they stand like a champ. These are some of the figures that really just right out of the package, you can sit right on the table or your displays. Pretty sturdy. This guy's wobbling. Let's take a 360 look. Very nice figures. So there is one more part of articulation I want to talk about, which is the wrist. I didn't leave them out. I saved them for last. This wrist, because these are actually good wrists. These go up and down for the guns. So there's a joint there. I don't know if you can see that. They do go up and down. They're kind of stiff. They're going to be heated or something to work them out. That one, used on all the 10 figures that I have, that joint works really well. Here is the one of the two negatives I have for this figure. This wrist here does this in and out, which is great because some of them have both of them have the down and up like this hand does. But this goes in and out. But not one of these 10 figures I can get that to do that right out of the package. And if you can see that really close, there's a joint there. You can see it right there. Right there it is. We'll make the hand go in and out. I've tried on it, but if you can notice, that's just on a very small post. So you can see, how much that's just on very small. That's definitely a danger of breaking. So if that is something that you require your figure to do, I recommend you just take your time, heat that up, hold that joint close as you can. If you need that to bend, I don't really care at this point. It's not worth breaking this hard to find figure. And this figure, hand I should say, has the trigger finger. You see it sticking out there. Okay, so that is your figure and your articulation. Now there is a couple things I'd like to point out for you guys if you guys decide to pick these up. Here's an example of that joint. He can actually hold that rifle of his and shoulder it. The rifle will reach the back of his shoulder if you tilt that hand just right. So it's sitting up against his arm. But he doesn't have the articulation to hold it with both hands to get this rifle. The armor's just in the way. If you want it to be shouldered, and being in his hand. I mean, you could probably get like that up and close, but the gun seems to pop out a good bit. But for this hand, he does hold both weapons very nicely. See how I just stuck it in? And I tilt that down. You get under the pauldron like that. You can shoulder it up pretty nice. Feels really good. Once you have it in your hand, you can tell how nice it is. So we're just going to talk about this hand at first. See, he does get that trigger finger right where that actual trigger is on here. You can see this trigger right there. His trigger finger goes right on. So this rifle holds his rifle really nice. So here is the trooper holding the blaster. Let's see if we can get that extended out some. His finger does fit right in there. I mean, it just fits. Looking pretty good. Now, here is the second negative that I have for this figure. The other hand does not hold the weapons very well at all. If you look at the hand, it's just basically a gripping hand. And for comparisons here, let's take a look. First of all, this is how he holds that rifle. Does not look very good. You can't go any further back that much. You can get it close, but it leans forward a lot. And because of the hand goes like this, instead of, it goes like this instead of this, you kind of gotta have it like that. It just doesn't look good to me, at least. In the other gun, in that hand is this pistol. And there's no trigger finger. There's a huge gap here. That's just the way he holds it. Yeah, so it doesn't look like he's even have his finger in position. It's kind of crooked. But that's two of the only issues I have. Now this is minor. Just kind of gets in the way. It's irritating. But, you know, I'm not sure how many people are going to have their figures, troopers displays sitting, except for maybe in a transport. But that's when that gets irritating. But you can always watch out for that. Don't recommend having his flops sticking up for long periods of time, because it may just stay like that and stick out. But okay, so we'll still call it like 2.5 negatives on this thing. Other than that, these figures are amazing. Look very cool. For comparison, here is a Rogue One, everybody's favorite Stormtrooper, with the Shadow Trooper. Comparison, here is a Scarif Stormtrooper. how they scale. Looking good. Here is Hondo knockoff on the most current wave of this video. Here is a Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper disguise. And here is Han Solo Stormtrooper disguise. So, and if you're into G.I. Joe, here is a crankcase. How they scale. Here he is with Chirrut. And here he is with these guards. So they scale pretty good together. Black and red looks real good together. I think they look really well. There's 10 of these figures. Highly recommend them. Here are some shots with some Rogue One Stormtroopers because they just look amazing together. For some nice comparisons. So if you wonder where I've gotten 10 of these is, I've gotten these over time when they released. I think they released around last fall or Christmas maybe. I believe they came out with that Sith Trooper. So I was hunting these down. I went to Walmart pretty much every day looking for these. Yeah, they're about $12.93, $12.99. But I get them all at Walmart. Not all at once, obviously, like maybe one or two at a time. So on the holidays, they're putting more on the shelf than usual. So I was lucky to obtain about 10. I wanted to get like 2 more, but couldn't find them. So I'm happy with 10. Nice little, I know it's not a unit or a squad, it's just specific numbers for those names, but works for me. Like I said, I seen a lot of places online that these are still going to be hopefully available, and most of them are all pre-order sold out. They are probably available obviously on eBay. Bunch of scalpers, but if you want to pay that price, it's up to you. They are great figures and they're definitely worth hunting down, so if you're interested. So I have some other figures I'm going to be doing reviews of. I'm going to be doing the review for the Sith Trooper and the Sith Jet Trooper here soon. I actually don't have the cards for those either, but I will put a thumbnail up for these guys, the Shadow Troopers and the other troopers, when I do the videos, so you guys can take a look at what they look like on the card if you're interested. But you probably already know what it looks like if you're trying to hunt these things down. I hope you guys like this video. If you do me a favor, subscribe. I have a lot of new videos coming of figures of old and new and all kinds of stuff, so that way you get notified. And I want to wish you guys happy hunting if you're looking for these figures or anything else that you want for your collection. And thanks so much for watching.